So we are live. Okay, okay, okay. All right. Hello, guys. What's up? Welcome to today's session. It's CPI. It's CPI live, man. Welcome. Let's get seated. CPI in the next 12 minutes. Let's get seated, guys. It's coming in hot. All right. Yes. Let's see. What's going on. Let's see. Okay. So let's look at a couple of the things, a couple of projection for this release. So I'm going to start with US30 quickly. US30 on the 1 hour time frame, I'm projecting that there is a possibility for price to push higher. So this is the 4 hour time frame, right? So 4 hour, this is what we have. We have seen a rejection of the psychological level, and of course there's potential of price pushing higher. Maybe we might see a retest of this high. So let's quickly step down to the 30 minutes time frame. So this is what it is. Now for US30, trust me, I'm not going to be buying right away. I'm going to be taking my time, wait for the post CPI to jump in. I'm not going to be trading CPI when it comes to US30. I'm going to be trading post CPI on US30. That's what I'm going to be trading post CPI. Even though I'm looking forward for a buy, I'm seeing a potential buy, but I'm going to be waiting for post CPI to actually have a concrete confirmation before I jump in. And more so, even as there is a probability for a buy, if I were to even approach the CPI on US30, I'll be looking for a sell stop. So guys, if you're gonna be jumping in for a sell, so it's better you have your sell stop right at this point. So target will be 37,600. So let me just write it down there. So in as much as I'm looking for a buy, if you want to join a trade on US30 during this release, I think a sell would be a bit appropriate. But like I said, I'm going to be waiting for the post CPI. Then I will be looking out for an obtainable setup for me to join the buys. So quickly, let me look at gold. So gold, same on the 1 hour time frame, it kind of looks like we are going bullish, but I do not appreciate the structure, so I'm stepping up to the 4 hour time frame. So let's see, what do we have there? We saw a rejection here at the lower part of this chart, which apparently is also a rejection of this previous zone, right? So on the 4 hour time frame, the last 4 hour candle closed bearish, leaving a rejection to the top and also to the bottom. But if you look at it critically, the rejection to the downside, it's more than the rejection to the top side. So the only reservation here is that there is some confluence here we should be paying attention to, right? So if I extend this, you realize that that is a retest of this particular structure. So basically at this point, it's more or less for me, I wouldn't be looking out for a buy. The best I can do is to bank on this previous bearish volume to place a sell stop right here, just to see how many pips I can grab in case price goes in the opposite direction. But to confirm that, let's quickly take a look at the index, because the index has a way of giving us an idea of our expectation for this release. So looking at the index is giving us a bearish vibe. So meaning that there's a probability that the USD is going to be weak. So if that's been the case, it kind of confirms that there's a high probability for gold to push higher. But the only reservation, like I said earlier, is this zone right here. So let's clean up the chart and see how we can trade based off our analysis from the index. So back to the 1 hour time frame, as you can see, currently price has been pushing. It's just 23 minutes into the new hour candle, and we have seen some significant move. Price has moved about 34 pips. As you can see, that zone has been taken out, and we are seeing a push, and I think that is just in line with the index. So be it as it may, I'm just gonna still relax, because I can't just jump in to this buy. All right, so the index kind of confirmed a bullish possibility. So what I'm gonna do is just to hold on to the chart while I observe and expect a little bit of calmness before I can jump in. So looking forward to this on the forward time frame. Oh. That is a potential target with regards to the index. So this is it. So expecting a bearish continuation, price to break this structure and probably push lower. So yeah, US30, as expected, or as said earlier, I'm expecting a push, but of course I'm going to be waiting for a post CPI for me to engage with the buys. So I'm looking out for a buys, but I'm going to be waiting for post CPI. So if you are confident in jumping in, this is where I'm targeting 37857 for the buys. But of course, I'm not joining the buys. I would rather wait for post CPI before I join. If I want to join the CPI, then of course, like I said, I would rather go in for a sell stop targeting 37,600 price level. So for now, I'm just going to be sitting on my hands. I'm not comfortable with the structure, That is why I'm not going outright in for the trade. But so gold has broken above the zone. So from the index, there's a possibility that we are going to see a continuation. So this is likely the possible targets. This is like TP1. If you are buying gold, if you are already in the gold, this is a potential target, TP1. Then of course, maybe you target this high. So that is on go. But none of this am I currently interested in joining. None of this. So, but if this retrace towards this area, then of course I might use a reduced risk to join. So we are left with about a minute to go. So let's see. So if you're already in go, this is apparently what I would advise you to target. So even though I'm still stocking gold, I'm still stocking gold. So we have a minute to go. So at this point, I am jumping in for the buy with reduced risk. All right, so right, so target hit before we did see price push down. Target hit, so you can see the price move straight into our target, then we now had a flush down. So that was a strong one. We had a sharp one, sharp. That was very fast, very fast. That was very fast. That was very fast. That was very fast. So that is CPI for you. A very sharp one. Push straight to our target. Then of course flush back down. So you can see same thing on US30. US30 we did not have any position. US30 we did not have any position. So it pushed higher. Then we have this flash down right here. Right, the index fell thus. It did not push lower, rather we had a bullish volume coming in for the index. So but of course before that happened, we were able to capture about 98 pips on gold. But of course, as at the time of entry, we were at 2037. So that is about, so let's just adjust to, so that's about 84 pips. That was very fast. Very fast, man. So we're still hanging on to trade post CPI. Like I said earlier, still hanging on to trade post CPI. So in case if we had jumped in for the sell stop, we would have been in profit on this. But like I said, I'm not taking the trade, man. It's CPI and sometimes things go messy. So you just wanna be safe. Yes. Alright, so let's see. So of course, the inflation rate is higher. So core inflation is stable. Okay. So at least the jobless claim has reduced. So it means there is more employment. So previously was 230,000. Now we have 202,000. There's a little bit of an improvement. So CPI have come, it has done its usual thing, and we're able to secure about 86 pips on gold. It was very fast, very fast. Everything happened under 1 minute. Under 1 minute, it all happened. Please kindly hit the subscribe button if you have not done that already. Like the video, share it. Let's keep the vibe on, man. So we're still hanging on because we're gonna be trading the post CPI. So obviously I'm gonna be looking forward to re-engaging at exactly 2 p.m. GMT. So we still have about 25 minutes to go. So let's see what uh, the market does before then. We want to see a stable market, then we can of course join in line with whatever direction the market gives us. So far, what do we have? Look at that. So it means that if we had extended our target to this point, we would have seen a nice profit, and of course price would have been back into negative. That wouldn't have been a good one at all, or probably would have taken us out at a stop loss, because with the flash it did push and did come back down into the stop loss area. So but not that it took us out at the profit region, then of course this would have been a loss. If we had applied any sentiment or greed, then it would have been a mess. So I hope you learn from this. Know that whenever you are trading fundamental, you have to be reserved, stick to your structure, stick to uh, what you know works best. It's rather to grab maybe 10 pips, 50 pips, 70 pips than targeting about 150 pips and end up losing some capital or even losing your account depending on the risks you took. So gold paid off with about 84 pips. So personally, I took about 86 pips. So gold paid off. All right. So if you take a look at the daily here on US30, the daily kind of gives a bullish vibe, even though there is a zone for us to pay attention to, an area for us to pay attention to, because there are a series of rejection here previously, and price obviously had tapped into that rejection area. So we're still being a little bit cautious. So hence, uh, waiting to see what the next 22 minutes has for us, as we'll be willing to trade the next 1 hour candle. So stay tuned, guys. Kindly like the video, subscribe if you have not done that already, and turn on your post notifications so that whenever I come live or drop a content, you will be the very first to be notified. Please, let's engage in the chat session. Let's get to know what was your view before this CPI. Currently, what are you looking at? Were you able to grab some pips from the goal? Let me know in the chat session, guys. So right, let's while waiting, let's take a look at US oil. So of course, US oil presented opportunity earlier, which was maximized. So let's look at currently what are the expectation. So this zone is still valid. So on the forward time frame, we have seen a tap into the zone, and price is currently trading bearish. So what I'm going to be waiting for is to see how this candle closes, if I would be looking forward for a bearish continuation, maybe something of this sort. So that's basically what would be my expectation. So still hanging on to see how the candle closes, then we will know what exactly to do. All right, so the new 15 minutes candle is up. So like I said, I'm going to be holding on till. Right, so the new 15 minutes candle is up. So like I said, I'm going to be holding on till. Right, so the new 15 minutes candle is up. So like I said, I'm going to be holding on. All right, so I'm going to be holding on to any setup till the next 14 minutes, which is going to be the open of a new candle. So I stated earlier at the beginning of the stream that I'll be more interested in post CPI than CPI because I was expecting something of this nature. That is even the more reason why we I only had to take gold trade, and apparently uh, as projected it did go away, but you can see the flash obviously uh, came in, pushed bullish, rejected, and it's now currently below our previous zone. So I'm going to be exercising some patience to see how this current 1 hour candle closes. Then of course it's going to be an indicator of what we are going to be doing next, if actually there's going to be a possibility for another setup to maybe take advantage of the market, or it's going to be a day for us. That is on goal. So US30, like I said, if I were to be trading US30, that I would be looking at a sell stop here for a fill all the way down to 37,600, which of course I did not take the trade. Like I stated clearly that I wouldn't be taking the trade because I'm more concerned about post CPI. So that is what I'm still going to be waiting for. We're going to be patiently waiting for how this candle closes. This is 30 minutes candle, which is the last 30 minutes candle of this current 1 hour. Apparently, it also the 30 minutes that falls that the release fold within. So still going to be patiently waiting to see how it turns out. Okay, someone is saying there's no sound. I believe the sound is clear now. I believe you can hear now. Let me know if you can hear me now. All right. So US oil is also something I'm looking forward to. Like I said, watching this particular hour candle to see how it closes. That is gonna be a lot of it has a lot of significance to what my decision would be. Now looking at the daily time frame, you can see we still have price in a bearish trend. If you look at this, you realize that price is in a bearish trend. If you look at the long term, it's still in a bearish trend, right? So now, yesterday price pushed higher, then rejected, ended up closing bearish, right, leaving wick to the top. Now today's candle is pushing higher, right? So basically, if you are familiar or conversant with patterns like this, there are potentials that the new hour or the new day's candle, depending on which time frame this candle forms, the new candle after this kind of candle formation mostly pushes higher, right? So then again, if it found some resistance, then it's likely to reject and push in the original direction, which of course is the bearish direction in this case. So on that note, I am expecting a break of the current 4 hours low, then of course price to continue bearish. That is my expectation. So I'm not just going to be jumping into the sell. I'm going to be patiently waiting to see how price unfolds to break the low. Then of course I would be looking out for the sell depending on the setup presented. So these are basically what I'll be working with. Gold is back deep into the zone. So with a strong rejection of this supply, a strong rejection. So it tapped into the supply, rejected, and is currently bearish. And we are about 8 minutes to go for the new hours candle. So let's see how it goes. Right. All right. So we're still patiently waiting. Still patiently waiting. Because of the turn up of this event, so basically we'll be trading the budget statement that is 7 p.m. today. We're gonna be trading this. So hopefully we'll be having more setup around that time to see how we can compound our earnings for the week. Because with the current movement in the market, it is not safe to engage. It is not safe to engage. So this you have to learn to wait for the right setup. You must learn how to wait for the right setup. Okay. So we're still waiting to see. So the new candle is opening in the next few seconds. In the next few seconds. But from our observation, there's actually no pair of arrows that has given a setup that is worthy of trading. Look at this. This is a 15 minutes time frame on gold. You can see the sharp rejection of our supply. Now we have a new, the last 15 minutes candle trading bearish, of course. Uh, if you want to be aggressive, it is just to look out for a sell continuation where you will be looking out for this as your stop loss. So, so if you are being aggressive about the sell, it's this is the entry, stop loss, target. But I wouldn't be trading. I wouldn't be trading. So I'm not also advising you to go in for this. But I know people that want to trade this kind of setup. So all things being equal, that would have been a probable setup. Yeah. But I'm not advising because I would personally not be trading the setup. Yeah. If it is, if you are eager to, then maybe, but I wouldn't advise you. So let me check out the risk. So 47.84 is a good risk to reward. But looking at this, it is not advisable. All right. So this year I'm going to be keeping it very simple, very, very simple. Okay, so US oil closed bearish, but of course it's still not below our zone, so it's a pass for me. So I'm not going to be considering any trade on this particular pair right now. No buys, no sells. It's flat for me. US30, same thing, no buys, no sells. Gold would have been a pair that at least I would have considered looking at the risks and the last 15 minutes candle close or its formation. But at the same time, if you step up to a 1 hour time frame, it's scary, man. Though we have a strong rejection here, which signals a bearish continuation, which of course on the 15 minutes time frame, there is an opportunity to enter the sell or to pick the sell, but still, it is not something I am willing to take. It can sell for all I care, but I'm not joining this particular trade. Right. So, but I'm just saying that amongst the three instruments that I trade, which you guys are also joining me to trade, the one that at least has a little bit of potential is gold. That is what I'm saying, that if you may trade, this is what I would advise, even though in general I'm not advising that you pick this trade. But if you may, this is my view. This is my view. So pick the entry, stop loss, and probably you target here, or maybe a 1:1 depending on where you are going to be using as your stop loss. So it's a pass for me on US30, no trade, no buy, no sell. It's a pass for me on US oil, no buy, no sell. So let's give it about let's give it about 15 more minutes to see how gold turns out, just to stay online with you guys. Then we'll be wrapping up there. So if there is any question, just let's engage in the chat section. Then I'll be open to answering your questions while we enjoy ourselves. So keep the question coming. Please kindly like the video and share it as well. Let's get it across to as many people as we can to be a part of this community, to be a part of what we are doing in this channel. Thank you guys. I really appreciate. So already we are 9 minutes into the 15 minutes candle, and gold has been dropping. It did drop at 40 pips. So like I said, US oil and flat, no buy no sell. Same thing with US30. That the only pair that I saw a little bit of a potential was gold, and apparently it did draw a bit. So we're just gonna watch it till this 15 minutes candle elapse, and that will be the end of today's session. We're only able to um, what is happening here? So on the 5 minutes time frame, this is how it looks like. 15 is not updated yet. Alright, since there's no question coming in, there wouldn't be any need to still hang on. So we just have 3 more minutes for the current 15 minutes candle to close. Alright, guys. Currently, this is what US gold is doing. Alright. So we're meeting again 5 sorry, um 6:45 p.m. GMT. We'll be going on live to trade this particular news. Now, this is not the main reason I'll be going live, but looking at the outcome of CPI, there's a likelihood I will be seeing some volume around this time. So, hence the reason we'll be coming on live around that time. So, stay tuned and join me at exactly 6:45 p.m. GMT, and let's see how we can take advantage of any available setup within that time. Until then, peace.